Hi again, boys and girls. I have another lesson to share with you, another day of Sunday school. Today's story continues where we kind of left off. The last time we talked, the Holy Spirit had come to Jesus' disciples and they had started spreading the story of Jesus all over the world. They shared that good news of what Jesus Christ did for us, how he saved us, and that we can be forgiven and forgive each other. So the disciples started a movement, and people all over the world started to share that good news. And God calls you to share that good news too. And so in today's story, one of Jesus' disciples, Philip, was told by an angel to go and share that good news. And he met a man on the road who had never heard the story of Jesus before. And once he heard it, he was filled with love and changed his life, and he became baptized and a Christian too. And so all he had to do is give it a try, Philip. Just give it a try. So if you were in the younger group, I sent you a story about Philip and the Ethiopian. The man was from Ethiopia. And if you were not in the little group, you can find that story in the book of Acts. And it's chapter 8, verses 26 through 40. 26 through 40, chapter 8 in the book of Acts about Philip and the Ethiopian. So, the little kids, you have a card like this, the younger kids in the kindergarten, first grade, and here's a little spot where you can see the bright flash of sun. It was such a hot day that angel came to Philip and said, keep walking on that hot, dry road. God has a purpose for you. And it did. And then on the back, you can see all these ways that people can travel and get from one place to another. You can put your little feet stickers in there to show how you can get from one place to another. Is there anybody you could talk to about Jesus when you're getting these places? Because that's the most important thing. Share the story. And if you were in the next grade, first through third grade, I sent you one of these little packets. Also got the great story in there and some activities. Here you can write about the best news you ever got and draw a picture of who told it to you. Okay, so that's a great activity. And if you were in the older group, 4th through 6th grade, sent you one of these little activity sheets, including a game that you play on the back with a partner. So sometimes it's not easy to tell the story of Jesus. Maybe it's a little complicated, the story, and maybe you're just not comfortable telling it for the first time, but that's okay. God just wants you to give it a try. So with this activity, you have a partner, and your partner draws a picture of something pretty simple, but you don't get to look at it. And then your partner tells you how to draw it without looking at each other. You guys sit in a different place where you can't see your partner or the picture. And they will tell you how to draw it, and you draw it in here based on just how they tell you, not what you see. And then you can compare your pictures and see how close your drawing was to their drawing. Because sometimes it's hard to tell someone. And so, but that's okay. It's still a fun activity to share the story. So I also pasted on here a video with the lesson and of course another crazy song. But I sent along with the little kids a paper bag to make a puppet. So it's fun to tell stories with puppets. I like to tell stories with puppets. So I sent along a little paper lunch bag. You can glue the googly eyes on it and put the tongue underneath the flap. And you can tell any story you want to with your paper lunch bag. Or you can make a puppet out of a sock. All kinds of ways to make puppets. And you can see that linked on here too. So use your puppets, share the story, any story, but especially the story of Jesus Christ. And I pray that you have a great week and that God fills your heart and makes new friends for you every day. And I'll see you next week, May 8th, for the last day of Sunday school. You don't want to miss it, especially if you like ice cream.